Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, my name's Rebecca. I've got two young boys, Jamal and Joel. So I like to create content based around like motherhood, lifestyle, vlogs, etc. I also like to document my boys' journey because they both got a speech delay, and my oldest son, who is 6, he's autistic, so I like to just like document like when we go for like therapy and his progress, etc. So yeah, if you're new here or you're a regular and you haven't subscribed, go and press that button and subscribe. What are you waiting for? Just subscribe. I'm on a journey to 1k. I'm on like 200 and something now, but like I'm optimistic that you guys are gonna help me get there. So yeah, I've got my juice. If you guys go get your juice, your alcohol, coffee, tea, whatever floats your boat, and have a sit down, because this is going to be a sit down chit chat video. Just wanted to do something different. Obviously it's a new year now. Happy New Year. Hope everyone's well. Hope you haven't caught the Rona, Amarian, whatever it's called. There's like a new variant every week. We can't keep up. But yeah, no, but seriously though, I do hope everyone is keeping safe. And yeah, so let's get in. Basically today, I wanted to just like talk about the signs that you can find in like your child. He was my first son, so obviously I didn't really have anyone to kind of relate to, because obviously everything was new for me. So I went more on like other people's observations. So when he was 2 and he had his like health check with the health visitor, that's when she obviously pointed out to me that there were certain milestones or certain things that he should have been doing by that time. So yeah, the first sign I would say is he was quite like in his own bubble. So like he was very, I would describe as introverted. He likes to kind of like play by himself. But again, he was the only child I had at this point. So I just thought it was like kind of, yeah, this is what only children do. I think he was more warmed towards like adults. He didn't really want to play with other children his own age or like other children that were older. He would always kind of stay with me if we went out. At school as well, nursery, they would say that he would like only kind of go to the teachers. He didn't really like play with children. He would play alongside them, and that's very like important to know. Obviously, if someone's asking you about your child, do they play with children? Playing alongside and playing with them is two different things, because for your child to actually play with someone, they have to acknowledge their presence. There has to be some sort of interaction. So sitting with a child or sitting next to a child does not mean that they're playing together. I also noticed that like when I did finally have my second son, Joel, like their relationship is very like on and off. And like when I say that, I mean that like today they could be friends, tomorrow they could hate each other. Like literally, I know it's normal for children to like fight all the time. Obviously they're living together. I have siblings, we fight as well. But like certain things stood out to me for like, so for example, he's a very like he likes to hug a lot. He likes to hug, kiss, everything with me. He's not like that with his brother. So if they like fight and I say, oh come on, make up now, give your brother a hug, he will literally throw a tantrum and do everything but give his brother a hug, apologize to his brother. Sometimes he does not want to play with him, does not want to share his toys. And sharing is important, because that's something that I've obviously struggled to get him to do with his brother. But when I spoke to his teachers at school, they said that he is like literally perfect with sharing. Like they've implemented like different strategies to help him understand how to share. So he does that with other people. He also does it with like his cousins and stuff, but he won't do it with Joel. So he like intentionally will not let him play with his toys, will not hug him and stuff like that. And it's definitely part of like the autism. Like he's selective with who he wants to be like emotional with or like let in, if you get what I mean. But there is times, don't get me wrong, when they play a lot together. Like obviously we all live together, they see each other every day, and he's very loving towards his brother. But then there's also times when he literally just doesn't want him around him. So yeah, that's like one of the signs, like the fact that like he was kind of in his own bubble and stuff. And when I look back at videos now and I see how he was acting towards like other children, his cousins, or just adults in general, it all starts to kind of make sense. So like if you're going through that process now and you're thinking, oh, why is my child acting a certain type of way or whatever, it all makes sense like later on down the line, because obviously the signs start to show from early. So the second sign was obviously the huge delay in his speech. When he had his 2-year health check, he literally had no words. I think he only was saying mama at that point, or dada, maybe them two, just mama and dada. Yeah, very, very delayed in his speech. Obviously there are children that have speech delays, but you would kind of see some type of development at that point. Like they would probably be trying, or like maybe their speech isn't very clear, but they are trying to say some words. So I actually thought he would never speak at all because there just wasn't anything there. We went to speech therapy. I tried reading books. I tried everything that it says on the internet that people recommended, and just nothing was getting in. But what I think with a lot of children who are autistic is like sometimes they kind of, so you think that you speaking to them, you reading the books and stuff like that, it's not helping, but it is getting in there. Like literally some of them just choose to kind of let it just stay in their brain, and they're just not ready, they're not comfortable yet to kind of go take that first. Like now, oh my gosh, he has made a huge improvement. He's starting to like try and speak in sentences. He does not, like before he used to use like a lot of sounds or pointing and like gestures and stuff to try and like obviously show me what he wants, etc. Now he only uses speech. It might not be clear, but most of the time it is pretty clear.
No ball, no dirty, no bra, no hat, no dirty, bar.
No shoes. No shoes.
No shoes.
It's your birthday. Yeah. Yeah, you're 6. What he's saying. There was a point when I never really used to understand him, and I used to feel so bad because if I didn't understand him, then he would obviously get upset and throw tantrums. But now, yeah, he has made a huge improvement in his speech, and because he's made a huge improvement, his younger brother's also made a huge improvement, which is really good. So his speech has really improved, but that was the second sign because obviously at that age, from like 2, 3, 4 onwards, you would expect that your child should start using a certain amount of words and start creating sentences. So the third sign that would say that he had is I guess the quote unquote tantrums. So dealing with his emotions, even like now, like he can get quite angry and upset. And obviously all children, like they like to express their emotions and stuff, but because of the lack of speech, it was like a lot worse for him. So like he would throw himself on the floor. And again, I know that this is a lot of stuff that other children also do as well, but it would be like 10 times worse. So like, let's say for example, we moved home and I didn't have a car anymore, so now he was waiting for the bus at the bus stop. He would not understand that like there was a specific bus that we had to get. So if a different bus came and we didn't get on that bus, he would literally throw the biggest tantrum to the point where he would run into the road and be a danger to himself. So I used to be so anxious to like go to the bus stop because if the right bus didn't come on time, literally he was gonna try and run in the road or run off. Just literally, he would say, let go of my hand, and just run off and stuff. Obviously, like with autistic children, like learning to obviously manage their emotions and things like that. And it's an ongoing process. Like he's not as bad as before, but he can still obviously have a lot of these like tantrums and flare-ups that happen now and again based on him not getting his own way. So like even a simple trip to the supermarket, going to Asda, and now they've got this huge aisle full of toys, I don't know why. And like I have to literally zoom past with the shopping trolley, and he always, it's like they've clocked the aisle, so like he always knows which aisle it is, and then he'll start screaming or like throwing himself on the floor if he doesn't get his own way. So yeah, sometimes I end up spending a lot more than I'm supposed to just to kind of keep him calm, which is obviously something that I'm kind of having to like learn how to I don't know, I'm having to like trying to learn how to like techniques that I'll have to do, because obviously I can't go breaking the bank every time just because he's not getting his own way, if you understand. I'm pretty sure there's so many more like signs and things that he probably does, but one thing I will say about him, obviously autism is on the spectrum, and one child's not the same as like my son, so like, just because two people have autism does not mean they have the same signs, that they react the same way to things. Like, they're all different at the end of the day. But I just wanted to kind of share them 3 signs that he has with you guys, because I know that there's people all the time that message me and say to me, oh, like, how was he when he was younger? What did he do? Why did you think that he was a bit different, etc.? Those are the 3 things that stood out to me. And obviously there's always improvement. As soon as you kind of like accept the diagnosis, it's not for you, it's for your child, because then they're able to get the help that they need. He has an educational healthcare plan, which means that he should get speech therapy, etc. He had, I think, 2 sessions in reception, and he hasn't had anything this year. Started school in September and it's now January. It's the new year and he hasn't had anything. I've had to just learn how to do things myself. So I speak to him a lot, read books of him. If he says something, I praise him for it, but I also repeat it back in the correct way so that he can learn. And he's made a huge improvement. If there is anyone that's obviously like in this process, is unsure about their child, and wondering about whether like their child might be different, I would urge you to obviously go and speak to your health visitor if your child is at that age. But they should be at that age if they're young anyway, because I think it's from 0 to 5 before they start school. Speak to your health visitor and just ask them, voice your concerns, because sometimes if they don't notice anything, you're the parent, and obviously you're with your child all the time, so you would know if you feel like there is something different. So speak to your health visitor, speak to the doctor, anyone you can, and just say to them that, look, I've got this concern about my child. These are the signs they're presenting. Is there any help that you can offer me? And just go from there. Don't feel any shame in it. At the end of the day, we're all different, and we're all perfect in our own way. So don't think that because your child is acting a certain way that means they're less than any other child. They all develop differently. At the end of the day, my son Jamal, he may not have been speaking in sentences when he was 4, and all like other children, or like my friends' children, or like colleagues' children, or like the school children, they were all making huge progress, and that made me feel a certain type of way, because obviously I wanted my son to progress. Now he's starting to speak in sentences. The other children are still speaking in sentences. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference. As long as your child gets there, that's all that matters. And even if they don't get there, they could be unique in their own way. Every child has their own strength. Don't think that just because your child is not able to do something right now, they won't be able to do it in future. Because I honestly did not think that he would be able to speak. I am amazed. Whenever he comes out with new things or says things to me, I'm literally like, did you just say that? Honestly, I'm still shocked till now. I really do hope that this video helps someone, because I know that there's a lot of people, a lot of parents, carers, etc. that are dealing with the same thing at the moment. If there's any other videos that you guys want me to make about anything else to do with like the autism, or anything else like his routine, his appointments, his meetings, his therapy, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.